Hey, collective. I hope you guys are doing well. Happy Saturday to you all. Whoever comes across this message, I'm just going to get right into it. Um, I feel like whoever you are that comes across this message, you are trying to figure out if you are going insane or if everyone else around you is going nuts. You could be a person that's starting your spiritual awakening. You could have been on this spiritual awakening. I'm getting you were recently activated or within the last 6 months, or within the last 6 days. Take what resonates. It could be male or female that I'm speaking directly to. There might be a small group of you that's going to resonate with this. What I get in terms of what is kind of going on with you guys right now is like a lot is breaking down around you and even in front of you. And you're trying to make sense of it. 111 on a timer. 111 could be significant. You might even be coming into your gifts. There's something in reference to you being able to, some of you being able to see into the spirit. So you might have been around friends or family. These are people that you come into contact with on a regular basis. Well, recently you might have had a situation where you were able to see someone, but what they look like in the spirit. 144 on the timer. You could also be a person that's able to see people's auric field, like their the color of their aura. There's many people that have that gift. There's like just a small portion of you that are really gifted, and I feel like because you are coming into your activation, the 3D self is being broken down. It's being dismantled. Your 3D, this physical reality, is being dismantled. Everyone that you thought you knew, they're starting to show you other things. They're starting to see people for really who they are. And I would say some of you, you're starting to see people for what they are. 222 on the timer. There's some of you that you could have come into full-blown contact with your first spiritual warfare. Like you could be, this could have been a dream that you had. I don't want to get too deep into this, but you could have come into full-blown contact with a demonic entity or having to battle a demonic entity. I pick up this was only one. Someone might have sent this to you, or this might have been in your dream state. But you were able to overcome that. I pick up like your spiritual team kind of handled that. The name Rebecca, I don't know why I'm getting the name Rebecca. Rebecca, Robert, Charlie, Tanisha, 333 on the timer. Or Tanisha. Tanisha. You could be seeing 333. You don't have to. Right now, you're just trying to understand if it's you or if it's everybody else. Others of you, I feel like maybe you are a person with the all three clairs. You're trying to figure out how your gifts work, why you have gifts. Like you got so many questions that no one can really give you the answer to. And it's like you're wrecking your brain 411 on the time, and you're wrecking your brain trying to figure out what the fuck is going on. You're not sure if you are even you anymore. I don't know if that just made sense. Those of you that kind of know where I was going with that, but that's intuitively what I get from many of you that might come across this message. Now, keep in mind, I'm not going to put any hashtags down below because I want whoever is supposed to get this message for you to fully receive it. And hopefully, I'm able to give you some sort of clarity. What you have to understand is that you are going from one version of yourself who you thought you were supposed to be, who who your parents told you to be, who society. So that this version of yourself that you were born into, your 3D self, which is your false self, right? Because that's not truly who you are in the spirit. What you look like, your flesh, right? How you grew up as, this version of yourself that you grew up as, that is not who you truly are in spirit. Who you truly are in spirit is your true 5D self. If I'm making any fucking sense right now. Trust me when I say I've been there where you are. I'm just in a place in my journey where I'm starting to have a different perception of things. I'm starting to see things from a different lens, if that makes sense, versus where I was before. Not so much. um, a lot of resistance. It was just a lot. But and then I've also come to understand too that once you awaken, you're gonna awaken more times than one. It's a continuous cycle of ascension, learning, healing. That never really ends. It's a journey. So I feel like many of you, especially if you are a person that feel like you are not fully understanding what is happening to you, like on the inside, what's happening to you spiritually, emotionally, mentally, you are shifting. You are going from one version of yourself and who you thought you were to who you truly are in spirit. The true the highest version of yourself. And you're not quite there, and shit, neither am I, but we're all on this journey together. Neither here or there, but it's a journey. You have to. It's going to take you time to adjust to what is taking place to you. So I feel like the Holy Spirit wants me to get into y'all advice here. Take this one step at a time, because if you try to understand, if you try to get answers to everything right now, you keep and you're just in this space of where you keep like trying to wreck your brain, trying to understand everything. First things first, you're not going to understand everything. Secondly, allow, meaning don't resist the change that is taking place on the inside of you, that's taking place around you. The the version of yourself, the old version of yourself, or the false version of yourself, it has to be broken down so that the highest version of yourself, your true self, can emerge. That highest version of yourself can't emerge until you go through the ascension process, until you allow yourself to evolve, until you allow the process to take whatever changes is supposed to happen through your specific journey. So it's best to allow yourself um, to learn as much as you need to learn. And as you go along in your journey, certain things will start to make sense. Certain pieces to the puzzle you will be able to put certain pieces to the puzzle. Maybe not the whole puzzle will come together, 9/11 on the timer, but you'll start to be able to put some of the pieces together. But that's what the journey is about. It's not necessarily about the destination and you quickly reaching that destination. It is about the journey. It is about healing. It's about elevation. And you cannot elevate if you are unwilling to leave the old version of yourself behind. People, places, things. And as you ascend, you're going to also start to understand that a lot of these things you don't resonate with anymore. So your message here is to allow yourself